Saturday was International Ocean Sampling Day, the largest global effort to collect data for marine science in a single day. The University of Otago was one of two New Zealand institutions involved. Dr. Federico Baltar led the university's team of scientists, and he joins us to talk about the project. Good evening.
Good evening.
Now tell us a little bit about Ocean Sampling Day.
Yeah, well, as you just mentioned, it was a global sampling effort with the aim of getting a snapshot of the diversity of microbes in the world's ocean. And it involved more than 100 scientists, and we were able to sample like 160 sites throughout the world.
So what were scientists collecting and why?
Yeah, we were mostly interested in microbes, and mostly we wanted to get an idea of the global diversity of microbes, but also we wanted to know about their genetic makeup, because if we know what DNA they have, we can know not only which are these microbes, but also what metabolisms they have, so how they function.
What was the University of Otago's role?
Yeah, we were one of these sites to participate. As you said before correctly, there were only two in New Zealand, and yeah, we were one of the sampling sites.
How many scientists were out there collecting seawater?
Yeah. So we were 5 staff members of the Marine Science Department, and then there were also 5 keen students from some high schools here from Dunedin.
Did anybody else go on the research vessel?
No, we were only these 10 people. Yeah.
So what will you do with the seawater that you've collected?
Yeah, well, we collected all the microbes from there, so we filtered the water and we accumulated the microbes, and then we sent the samples to, actually this morning we sent the samples frozen to Germany, to the Max Planck Institute for Marine Microbiology in Bremen, where they're going to genetically sequence the genes of these samples. Also, another sample is going to be stored in the Smithsonian Institute in the US for the future.
Why is it important to know about microbes in seawater?
Yeah, this is because the funny thing with microbes is that we cannot see them, so maybe we think they are not there, but that's not true. The thing is, for example, just to give you some numbers, in the ocean is a, we could say is a soup of microbes. So in 1 liter of seawater, you find 1 billion microbes of like 20,000 different species. So they are the most abundant organisms in the ocean, and in fact they account for more than 90% of the global biomass. So this would be similar to the dry waste of the organisms in the ocean. And therefore, because they are the most abundant, they also regulate the carbon cycle, for example, in the ocean. So they are the base of the trophic chain, and they also produce half of the oxygen that we breathe, among other things like, for example, they are also the ones that recycle nutrients and decompose pollutants.
How can the information be used in the future?
Well, because as I was saying, the microbes are the engines of this cycling of nutrients, and they are basically the living organisms that allow us to live. So we have to understand how this engine works if we are going to be able to predict how these engines are going to respond to human-made perturbations like climate change or ocean acidification.
From the University of Otago, Dr. Federico Baltar, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News.